Last week we covered the law of sines. Today we are covering the law of cosines. This is page 267 of the student journal. Let's get to it. So the formula, if triangle ABC has sides of length A, B, and C as shown, then the following are true. So, to walk back a little bit, this is still helping us. This is just another formula to help us solve triangles depending on what information we have and, how can we use that information to fill out the rest of the triangle. So I actually found that the textbook was a little more useful in describing it. So it says you can use the law of cosines to solve triangles when two sides and the included angle, so SAS, two sides like C and B, and the included or angle in between, the included angle is the angle in between the two sides. So if you know C, side B, and angle A, then you can use the law of cosines. If you know sides C and A with angle B, because that's the included angle, then you could use the law of cosines. Or when all three sides are known, so if you know A, B, and C. So looking at the formulas, if you know let's look at the 4 bits of information. We have A, which is one side. We have B, another side. C, the third side. We already covered B and C. Those are the same as what they would be over here. And then A, angle A. So that's 1, 2, 3 sides and an angle. So it's 4 bits of information total. And so you only need 3 of those to figure out the 4th one. So for instance, if I know all the 3 sides, then I can figure out, the angle. Or if I know 2 sides and the included angle, then I will find out the third side. Or, that goes for all of them. I could know the 2 sides, the included angle, and not know the third side. And this applies, this formula, these 2 formulas are literally the same formula, but swapping around B and C. But conceptually, they could have just given you this, and pretty much would have been the same. Or it would have been the same as the verbal description that they gave you. Okay, so let's see how we can use this formula. And the area, I was going to say I'll go over the area formula later, but I'll just talk about it real quick. So the area of any triangle with sides of length A, B, and C is square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C, where S is equal to half of A plus B plus C. So if A plus B plus C is, what happens what do you get when you add all the sides? Oh, it's the perimeter. But when you multiply by half, that's only partway. It's not the whole perimeter, right? It's only part of the perimeter. And so the variable S is called the semi-perimeter or half perimeter of the triangle. So you take the semi-perimeter, you multiply it by the semi-perimeter less one side, less the other side, and less the third side. Then you multiply it all together, and then you take square root. But, it'll be most useful if I just want to do it later. Okay, so in exercises 1 through 6, solve ABC, round decimal to answer to the nearest tenth. So that means I'm looking for these angles, and I'm looking for this last side. So first, since I have the 2 sides and included angle, then 2 sides and the included angle. I know it says BC, which is across from A, which makes it should be even more obvious. Like, oh, it's this one. So let's do it. You know what? Maybe I'll actually type it out instead. Oh, but I don't know how to type exponents. Okay. A squared equals 9 squared plus 14 squared minus 2 BC. So, sorry, this is side B, and this is side C. But really, it's just the two sides that you're given in the first place. Times cosine of angle A, which is 79. So, let's just do it on a calculator. So, we got 9 squared plus 14 squared minus 2 times 9 times 14 times what's the angle? Cosine 79 degrees. Cosine 79 degrees. Let's see if they... Oh, nope. I type it right. Plus, minus... Oh, maybe I tried doing too much. Okay, well, I know 9 squared is 81. Oh, what's 14 times 14? 14 times 14. 196. Nope. Okay. Oh, gosh. Okay. Okay, so cosine of... Oh, why? Google, where's your calculator at? Okay. So, I add these two to it. So 277, or I should say 277 minus 2 times 9 times 14. 2 times 9 times 14 is 252 times 252, 48. So 277 minus 48.08, 48.083, 083,866. So we end up at 228.9. So 228.916. 228.916. A squared equals 228.916. So I can say, okay, well, that's a squared. I need to take square root. So what do I got? Square root 228.916. 228.916134. 15 point. Well, it tells us to round to the nearest 10. So 15 point. Oh, well, 15.12 is just 15.1. Now it's okay. I need to find. I'm not finished. Like I need to find the other angles, right? So let's see. Let me erase this. This is 15.1. So here's what it looks like, or here's what it will look like, and I'll do it still. I just want to tell you ahead of time. So since I know all the sides, then if I'm looking for angle B, which I do need, then it'll be the other three sides. So, or all the three sides rather, not the other three. B squared is the side opposite from the angle. So it'll be 14 squared equals 15.1 squared plus 9 squared minus this whole thing to find after I subtract and then divide by this, then I will get cosine b by itself. So let's see what that looks like. B squared 14 squared equals the other two sides, or the two sides that are around angle B. So 15.1 squared plus 9 squared minus 2. AC again comes from directly from these two, so you just have to write it over again. 15.1 9, and lastly cosine angle B. Whew. So let's do this bit by bit. I do believe 15.1, well, let's use this. 15.1 squared 228.01 plus 81 minus, I'm just going to multiply all these together, 2 times 9 times 15.1, 271.8 times cosine of angle B 14 squared. What is 14 squared? 196. I feel like we just did that. 196. So I'm going to subtract both of these. 196 minus, what are we trying to get rid of? 228.01 minus, also trying to get rid of 81. Negative 113.01. Does that make sense? Time to divide to get cosine B by itself. Negative 113.01, negative 271.8 divided by negative 271.8. Let's have that right. Yep. 0.41578, 0.41578, 0.41578. Maybe a 0 there in case you're not sure. It's not obvious. Cosine B. So in your calculator, we did this last week, but in your calculator you should have, once you have trig value to get the angle, then you're going to look for something like this in your calculator. And it will spit out. The input is a ratio, and you are going to get an angle. So let's see. Does the book suggest anything different? Oh, yikes. We could use law of sines. Oh, that would have been so much. Well, no, I would still have to. Would I still have to do that? Yeah, you're going to have to use a calculator. Okay. So let's see, 0.41578. I don't. 0.4. How do I get the answer in degrees? Well, I could multiply by. I'm gonna multiply 180 over pi. But let's just in degrees. We're gonna use a calculator. It's just gonna be so much faster. 65.43. 65.43 65.4. So you can do 180 minus 79 minus 65.4 to get the remaining angle. Okay. So let's see. I showed you how to do it this way. Textbook will walk you through it a different way. And like this one totally works, and I probably should have exampled that one for you. But it's from last week. So the law of sines. Once you know both sides, which let's go back then. Or here, let's solve it. Yeah, I'll just show you how to solve it the other way. I mean, you're still going to have to use arc sines, so it's just a matter of preference, I suppose. So, using the law of sines, we know angle A and side A. So you could say 15.1 over sine 79 equals side 14 over sine B. And actually, you could solve it using this as well. So you could say 15.1 over, you could solve for angle C using the law of sines. So 15.1 over sine 79 equals 9 over sine C. And you're still going to use arc sine, so let's see. 14 sine, if I cross multiply right here, it's a 15.1 times sine B equals 14 times sine 79. So I'm going to multiply these together, divide by 15.1, and then use arc sine to get, which I briefly remember. Oh, so the expected value is 65.4. Let's see, 14 times sine 79, sine 79 degrees, times, where are we? Times 14, divided by 15.1. Oops. Divided by 15.1. 0.91. 0.91011. Yeah, and then we'll arc sine 0.91011. 0.91011. 0.91011 in degrees. Oh, 65.5. Okay. So let's see. What did I do wrong, or why was it off by 0.1? Probably. Did I do anything inaccurately? No. I think kept the ratios pretty closely. So you can do that. Just whichever one you prefer, whether you want to use the law of sines, the law of cosines, it's going to get you the same answer. And these minor differences probably due to the fact that like I rounded here instead of like using more decimal values, or the fact that I rounded to 15.1 and didn't use. But you know, we're just going to follow the directions and go with it. So yeah. You can use the law of sines or the law of cosines to find missing angles. Probably the law of sines is a little bit shorter. These are the same, except you have to draw it out. So, for instance, A 37, B, C. So angle or side B, and then side C. Across from angle B, across from angle C, and then, you know. Find the area. Okay, so it's a pretty simple So find the semi-perimeter first. Add up all the sides and multiply by half. So semi-perimeter. 0.5 times 22 plus 33.7 plus 43.3. 22, 33, 7. Oh, you know what? 70, 76, 77, 77 plus 22, 99. Let's just double check the work because it is early and my brain's not going yet. 33.7 plus 43.3. Okay, 99. Half of 99 is 49 and a half. So S equals 49.5. So don't forget to multiply by 0.5. So if you're using a calculator, multiply by 0.5. 49.5. So refer to the formula, since we're using it for the first time. Area, square root of semi-perimeter. So let's get to it. Square root of semi-perimeter. And it's just multiplied by the semi-perimeter, subtracting each side. So, and I'm actually just going to type this as well. 49.5 minus 22. 49.5 minus 33.7. 49.5 minus 43.3. Okay, so it's semi-perimeter, subtract each side, multiplied by each other, multiplied by the semi-perimeter, and then take a square root. So let's see if calculator will eat all this up. 49.5 times 49.5 minus 22 times 49.5 minus 33.7 times 49.5 minus 43.3. Is that right? 43.3, 33.7, 22. Okay, cool. Doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Whew. I take square root of this number. 133.348.05. 365.1685. So the area, round to the nearest tenth. So the area is, what do we say? 365, nearest tenth is 0.2, because the 6 makes it go up. 365.2. 365.2 units, square units. Alrighty. So that's the area formula and the law of cosines. Let me know if you have any questions.